बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते ताप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। Hare Krishna. So continuing from the 11th chapter, the universal form, and the scenes that Arjuna saw in the universal form. What did he see? Anyone remembers? Who came for the last time? You came last session? So what did Arjuna see? Huh? Yes, fire. From his mouth there was a blazing fire. And in his mouth, the warriors from both the sides, not only from the Kauravas side, the warriors also from the side of Arjuna, that everyone is entering the mouth and all of them are getting consumed. So he's saying that, what is this fierce form, O my Lord? Please tell me, who are you? Arjuna is so much terrified, is so much frightened. So he is offering his obeisances and he's saying that I want to know about you and I want to know what your mission is. Why have you exhibited this form? And what did the Lord say? That this ferocious form that you see is my Kala Rupa. I have appeared in the form of Kalo Asmi. I have come as the death personified. I have come as death personified. I have come here to destroy everyone. So with the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. This is what Krishna has declared, that he is displaying this very, very ferocious form of the death personified, Kala. In fact, some Acharya says that even Kal, it kills only those whose time is finished, whose lifetime is finished. But here, Krishna indiscriminately killed everyone. He did not spare anyone. Whether his time was finished or not, whoever was there, everyone was consumed. So this is even more ferocious form than the death personified. Because he is not sparing anyone. He is consuming everyone. Now Krishna is answering. The first thing he says that I am the great destroyer of the world. And I have come here to destroy all people with the exception of you. And all the soldiers on the both sides will be slain. Therefore, he tells Arjuna, Arjuna, what you should do, this is the verse that we will take today, 33rd verse. Tasmatvam utthishta yasho labhasva. Yasho labhasva. Why can't voice come out from your mouths? You people have not taken food or what? तस्मात् त्वाम् उत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भोक्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्येभिते निहितान् पूर्व एवम् निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् तस्मात् त्वाम् उत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भोक्ष्यसे राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्येभिता निहितान् पूर्वमेवम् निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् तस्मात् त्वाम् उत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भोक्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्येवेते निहता पूर्व एव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् Recite. तस्मात् त्वामुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा जित्वा शत्रुं भोक्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्येव हिते निहता पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् Recite. तस्मात् त्वामुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व भोक्ष्यस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भोक्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्येवैता निहता पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् Anyone else? तस्मात् त्वामुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भोक्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्येविते निहता पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् So here Krishna is telling, he is already declared that he is the personality of death personified. Kalo Asmi, time I am. And he has come here to, what is his mission? Arjuna asked, his mission is to destroy everyone. All the people on both sides of the army will be destroyed. So then what is the direction or instruction to Arjuna? The Tasma. Tasmat is the conclusion. Therefore, you Arjuna, Tvam, Uttishta, stand up, get up. Don't show any lethargy or any negligence. And what you do? Yasho labhasva. Yash means fame and labhasva means to gain. So what you have to do? I have already killed everyone. Krishna has already showed that everyone else is entering his mouth and he is getting powdered. The flame, the fuming flame of fire is consuming everyone. So he said, I have already killed everyone. Whether you kill or not, it is immaterial. They are already been killed by me. So what do you have to do? You only have to take the fame or the credit. And what you have to do? Jitva Shatrun. In every scenario, there is only one outcome for you. And what is that outcome? That you will be victorious. And your opponents will be dead. So you take the fame, you take the credit of winning your opponents, although I have already killed them. So I am giving you this opportunity that you get this credit. So you are the victorious over your enemies and bhongshva rajam samriddham. And when you are victorious over your enemies or opponents, then you will get the kingdom. Then there will be no contest or there will be no opposition. So you can enjoy the unparalleled kingdom. How? Mayeva nihita purvameva. Because by my arrangement, as a time, as a kal, I have already purva eva, I have already killed them. By my arrangement, I have already killed them. So what you have to do? You have to be only nimitta matram. You just have to be the instrument. When the knife cuts, is it the knife that cuts? You keep the vegetable along with the knife. And you tell the knife you cut. Will it get cut? Huh? So who cuts? The person who uses the knife. So what does the knife become? Instrument. It is just a mere instrument. Knife is not liable to be said that it is because of you that the person got killed. Have you ever seen that in the court, the knife has been hanged? It is the knife that killed. No, nobody cares for what happened to the knife. The person who used the knife to kill, he is culprit, he is criminal. So Krishna is saying, Nimit matram bhava. You just become an instrument. And because Arjuna has very good quality, what is that quality? Is Savya Sachin. We'll discuss that. Savya Sachin is called ambidextrous. You know the word ambidextrous? Like we have the pen, but the pen will work if it is in the right hand. If you put the pen in the left hand, then we will also be finding it very difficult to read what we have written. Can we read? So we are not ambidextrous, but Arjuna was ambidextrous. Arjuna was so skilled that he could use both the hands with the same proficiency or efficiency. That is why Krishna is saying, therefore get up. So Arjuna was having fear. Arjuna was having doubt. Haribol, come here. Gaurangi, इधर आओ, इधर बैठ के सुनो, यहाँ आ जाओ, सिट डाउन, बैठ जाओ, नीचे नहीं रखना, किताब दे, हम आपको खोल के देते हैं, कौन सा, बैठो, हाँ सही, आप बिल्कुल सही पकड़ो, ये स्टॉक पकड़ लो, अब सुनो, just here. So Arjuna, to give up all doubts, Arjuna was thinking how Bhishma can be killed, how Drona can be killed, how Karna can be killed. And if I kill them, Arjuna was not considering them to be his enemies. Was he considering them to be his enemies? No. But now Krishna is telling him that these are your enemies. What you are considering them to be their family members. So Krishna is saying, therefore get up, give up all your wrong conceptions, your misconceptions, your sentiments, your emotions, your misunderstandings. Therefore get up and prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies. So Krishna sees all the Kauravas as Arjuna's enemy, although Arjuna does not see. But Krishna sees them as enemy. Krishna sees them as enemy to religion, to the religious principles. So Krishna is determined that they should all be killed, they should all be slain. So conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to a death by my arrangement. Here. No speaking. Here. And you, O Sabyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. So actually, who is fighting? Krishna. Krishna is killing. Arjuna is only a show. It's only a show. The substance is Krishna. The Prabhupada speaks about Sabyasachi. The first thing he says that Sabyasachi refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. So Arjuna is addressed as an expert warrior capable of arrows to kill his enemies. So Krishna is saying, you are so skilled. You are so much trained. You have this capacity. So why don't you use your capacity? Why don't you utilize it? He says, just become my instrument. Nimitt matram. This word is also very significant. The whole world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This entire world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Krishna says, Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharachanam. That under my jurisdiction, under my superintendence, the material nature is working. But everyone else is thinking that he can be in control. Trump is thinking he can be in control. The Russians are thinking they can be in control. The Chinese are thinking they can be in control. The Iranians are thinking they can be in control. These are all what? These are all foolish people. No one is in control. Is there anyone in control? There is only the Supreme Lord who is in control. The Prabhupada is saying, foolish people who do not have sufficient knowledge think that nature is moving without a plan. And all manifestations are but accidental formations. There are many so-called scientists who suggest that perhaps it was like this or maybe like that. But there is no question of perhaps or maybe and maybe. There is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. And what is this plan? This cosmic manifestation is a chance for the conditioned soul to go back to Godhead, back to God. So Krishna gives a chance. Like when people come into prison, what is the purpose of prison? Yeah. To make them realize their mistake and rectify them so that they can become again good citizens. Only punishing is not the purpose of creating this prison house. That is secondary. The main purpose is to reform them, to transform them. So similarly, this world is also created for that purpose only. Is to reform us, to transform us, and to accept the plan of the Supreme Lord. Anyways, the plan of the Supreme Lord will only prevail. So those who cooperate, they will live happily. They will live also happily and they will live also happily and enter into the spiritual world. And those who oppose or those who do not agree, what they will do? They will only be having struggle. They will be miserable in this world. And when they leave, they will cloud down to hellish conditions of life. So as long as they have the domineering mentality means that they want to take the position of Krishna as controller, as enjoyer, as proprietors. So all these attempts are what? Not accepting Krishna as the supreme person. We are trying to take the position of Krishna and be supreme. So there is this needless struggle. So they are conditioned. As long as they have the domineering mentality, which makes them try to lord it over material nature, they are conditioned. But anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. But in Kali Yuga, intelligence is scarce. It is very, very rare. There is no intelligence in today's generation. this species is extinct. They cannot detect what is the reality of life. They are seeing it in front of them, but still cannot detect. We are not seeing everyone else is dying. Whoever has taken body is dying. And we live as if we will never die. So such a person will be called what? Pagla. He is a pagal person. It's not just foolish, he is crazy, he is mad. And what are we doing? Huh? Do we ever prepare to meet our death? So if we don't prepare, death will not come. And is it mandatory that when you become 100 years or 80 years, then only the death will come? But we are so ignorant and so foolish that we never ever think of facing or preparing death. We are most unprepared for the most important exam of our life, which is death. And what is the result? The complete purpose of human life is lost. Why? Because the plan is that before death comes, we should transfer our consciousness to spiritual consciousness so that we have to never face death. We go back home, back to Godhead. That is the purpose of coming in this human form of life in this material world. You tell me, you show me even one person who is doing this. Do you find any person? They never even speak about it. So this is complete mass massacre. This is real massacre. Not even one is going to be spared. Everyone is going to be crushed by the force of time of death. Krishna is saying, at least you don't become so foolish and you do what I am telling you to do and you reap the benefit. Actually, Krishna wants, this is Krishna's greatest quality, that for his devotees, he can go to any extent, he can go to any extreme. To make his devotees win, Krishna himself can accept defeat. It used to happen when Krishna was with his cowherd boys. When Krishna used to kill some very big demon. So those cowherd boys used to say that Krishna is very powerful. So Subal and Sridham used to say, what powerful? If he is very powerful, let him have one round of a wrestling match with us. And in the wrestling match, both of them used to defeat Krishna. And Krishna very obediently accepted defeat. And what was the game? That whoever get defeated, the victorious person will sit on his shoulder. And Krishna will carry. And Krishna used to happily carry. The same way he is telling that you take the credit, I have already killed them. Whether you fight, you don't fight, you shoot, you don't shoot, it is irrespective. I have already, by my arrangement, killed them. So Krishna wants to give his devotees the credit. Like Srila Prabhupada used to always say, this is Bhagavad Gita as it is. One time Prabhupada was there preaching in the West. Some academicians came. So Prabhupada's one disciple was speaking to them and saying that this Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srila Prabhupada has written as per the inspiration of Lord Krishna. Whatever Krishna has inspired, Prabhupada has written. Prabhupada said, no, he is wrong. He is not correct. He said, it is not by inspiration I have written. Krishna has personally come and dictated to me. I have only written what Krishna has told me. So what Prabhupada became? Nimit Matra. Actually, this is Bhagavad Gita. Na? So whose name should be there? Krishna's name should be there. But this Bhagavad Gita as it is in the world, how is it known as? Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita. Did Prabhupada speak Bhagavad Gita? But Srila Prabhupada has given the purports. And this purport also Krishna has given. Purport also Prabhupada has not given. Prabhupada always used to say that it is not my purport. This is all given by Krishna personally dictated to me. And whatever he dictated to me, I have given. So that is why Prabhupada used to wake up in the dead of night. When the entire world was sleeping, Prabhupada was awake. Prabhupada used to sleep at 10 and wake up by 12. 2 hours just he used to sleep. And from 12 in the night till 4:35 in the morning, Prabhupada was dictating. Prabhupada did not write, because if he would be writing, he has given more than 100 books. It would not be possible in such a short span of time. So what his disciples did, American disciples, they gave Prabhupada one dictaphone. You know what is dictaphone? A recording. So Prabhupada used to speak in that recorder and record it. And in the morning, the disciples would come and take those tapes. They were big tapes. हरि बोल, नीचे नहीं रखो ना गीता, ऊपर उठो. सुनो ना, प्रभुपाद जी का कथा सुनो. सुन रहा है? हरि बोल. And they would hear the tape and type. And after typing, they would show to Prabhupada that if it is correct or not. If there was any little bit of editing or correction, Prabhupada would tell him. So in this way it was happening. So one night, when the disciples came next morning, they saw that the tape was not filled, it was empty. So they thought that Prabhupada's health would not be good, something bad would have happened. Then never mind, Swamiji did not record. So at least we are safe, we don't have to type. Otherwise, Prabhupada would record so much volume. Yeah. And there was always a competition that who Prabhupada was giving so much volume and they were not able to process it, to convert it into books. So this in this way, 1 day happened, 2 day happened, 3 day happened, 4 days happened, 5 days happened, 10 days passed. And there was no recording. So on the 10th day, the principal disciple, he asked Prabhupada, for last 10 days, you are not recording? Prabhupada said, I am every day awake, but Krishna is not giving me the right word. Because I am giving these books for next 10,000 years. Krishna is not giving me the right word, so I am not recording. Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was traveling. He was traveling in South India. And while he was traveling in the South India, he met one devotee of Lord Ram, an ascetic who was in very, very remote forest. And he was such an advanced devotee. So that devotee invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come and have lunch with him. So next day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there. But when he went there, he was already late. He saw there was nothing. Nothing was prepared. So Mahaprabhu said that, my dear sir, you invited me to come for lunch. And now I'm hungry. And I see that there is no arrangement for lunch. There is no prasad, nothing you have prepared. So that devotee said, what to do, sir? Lakshman did not bring and Sita did not cook. His level is very high. Lakshmana did not bring the provisions and Sita did not cook. So how can I provide? Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. Mahaprabhu said, okay, never mind. I will come tomorrow again. And when he came tomorrow, there was a lavish feast. See, we are just sitting and, enjoying this pastime. This is reality. This is the reality. So, this is Prabhupada's connection to Krishna. It's so strong. And Prabhupada will not deviate. It is not that Krishna has not provided, so okay, now let me, I know every day what Krishna will tell me. कोई बात नहीं है, आज प्रभु जी नहीं आया, आज क्लास मैं ही दे देता हूँ, उसमें क्या है, पता तो करना क्या है, क्लास पुस्तक से पढ़ना है. You have to open Bhagavad Gita as it is and speak. So, this is what Krishna is saying. That I have already done everything for you. But just what you have to do, you have to follow my blueprint. This is first class intelligence. This class of intelligence is not there in human race. Because the human race, they want to do something of their own. Their mind is not satisfied unless they do some manipulation. They will not do anything original. Have you seen it? Yes or no? You see the tendency? Why? The first and the foremost thing is because they do not have faith and trust in the Supreme. And why they don't have the faith and trust? Because they have no connection with the Supreme Lord. They don't know the glory of the Supreme. So here Arjuna is being told by Krishna that you kill your enemies. Even if you don't kill, I have already killed. And you take the credit. You take the credit. So Prabhupada is saying, but anyone who can understand the plan of Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. Why? Then what happened? Then his life becomes free from all sufferings. Miseries will be there. Till the time you will exist in this world, miseries will be there. I have so many times said, miseries are there, but suffering is optional. In my case, fan is not working here. Here I am sitting. And the AC is also not working. It is only creating sound. But I am not feeling any heat. Yesterday we did Nirjal. We did not drink even a drop of water. From when? From 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday till 5:30 in the morning today. How many hours? 25 hours. There is no thirst. Anyone try? You see what is the result. What to say of not drinking? You cannot even live 6 hours, 8 hours without eating. Akshaj, unmute. This is the potency. Those who did it, they can experience it. But the problem is, trust is not there. People don't have the trust. Why? Because by Krishna's arrangement, this day is so empowered that anyone who wants to do it, but then you have to be little trained also. It is not that in the night, day before you fill your stomach. Then it will be difficult. Why? Because to digest that food, you need water. So what we do? We stop eating one day before. Now what has happened? My energy is down. It is better. Energy is more. So this is the point. The point is that how much do we accept Krishna's plan? Every time Krishna's plan works in our life, Krishna tries to work his plan in our life. What we do? We cut his plan and put our plan. And then we suffer. So Prabhupada is saying here that anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most important. What is the plan of the Supreme Lord for all of us? What is the plan? Yeah, it is written here. Prabhupada has already declared what is the plan. How many agree? Not even one soul agrees. He has his own plan. And his plan is more important than Krishna's plan. But what will be the result? Is there any possibility for anyone's plan to be ever successful? Not even a fraction of it. But still we will not give up our stubbornness. So this is what Prabhupada is saying. This is conditioning. He said, as long as they have the domineering mentality which makes them try to lord it over material nature, they are conditioned. But anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is the most important. The creation and destruction of the cosmic manifestation are under the superior guidance of God. Thus, the battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. Krishna had a great plan. What he did, he first assembled everyone in one place. All the so-called warriors. Everyone was assembled in one place. Why everyone was assembled in one place? So that all can be killed. This is Krishna's plan. Close it. That's it. Close it. It is just creating noise. Yeah. Just here. Let me complete. I will ask questions. So that time you keep your questions ready. Arjuna was refusing to fight. So Arjuna is taking the role of a conditioned soul, like all of us. That what we do. Arjuna plays two roles here. In some situation, Arjuna plays the role of a pure devotee. He agrees with Krishna completely. And in some places, Arjuna plays the role of a conditioned soul. He does not agree with Krishna. When Arjuna plays which role, we cannot determine. This is known to whom? This is known to Krishna, and this is also known to Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada actually enters the heart of Krishna and Arjuna both. That is why he is presenting this Bhagavad Gita as it is. As Krishna spoke and as Arjuna understood. So Arjuna was refusing to fight, but he was told that he should fight in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. So many things ordinarily we would never do. But when we are guided or when we are given this direction, that this is more glorious for you. This is Krishna is telling Arjuna that what is more glorious for you is to fight your enemies, kill them, and win the kingdom and enjoy it. And just become my instrument because this is my plan. What is Krishna's plan? Is to establish dharma, to establish religion. And all those who are irreligious, all those who do not follow the dharma, they should all be killed. Then he would be happy. So this is the secret of happiness. What is the secret of happiness? Is to follow Krishna's plan. For that, one has to find out. Krishna does not have one plan for everyone. Krishna has very specific plan for each and every individual because each and every individual is unique. So how to know what is Krishna's plan? And then in all earnest, how to execute that plan. So that is the purpose of happiness, that to achieve happiness, to become successful in this life. And his life is devoted to the Lord's transcendental service. He is perfect. If one is in full Krishna consciousness, what is Krishna consciousness? Is to know who Krishna is, who I am, and what is our connection with Krishna. This is Krishna consciousness. So at present, we don't know who we are, and we also don't know who is Krishna. And of course, we don't have any connection with Krishna. Whom do we have connection? We have connection with those with whom we have bodily connection. We don't have any spiritual connection, eternal connection. So first what we have to do, we have to become Krishna conscious. That is why we are studying this Bhagavad Gita. So we see how Arjuna becomes fully Krishna conscious by agreeing to what Krishna says. And then he can perform devotional service. So Krishna is saying that Jitva Shatru Bhongshasva Rajyam Samriddham. But on the Shatru side, who are there? There is Bhishma, there is Drona, there is Karna. Although Arjuna is capable, Arjuna can win them. But for Drona and Bhishma, he actually does not want to kill them because of his affection for them. And because of his affection, he never considers them his enemy. Previously, Arjuna is arguing. Where Arjuna is arguing? In the second chapter. What Arjuna says in the second chapter, that fourth or fifth verse. He says, the fourth verse, he says, Kadam Bhishmam Aham Sankhe, Dronam Cha Madhusudanam, Ishu Bhi Pratoyot Sami Puja Are Vadisudanam. Arjuna said, Oh, killer of enemies, Krishna, your name is Arisudana. Ari means enemy, and you are Madhusudana. So you have killed so many of your enemies, all the demons. But did you kill your guru? Did you kill your guru Sandipani Muni? Did you kill your grandfather Ugrasen? Did Krishna kill? Why you are asking me to kill? If you have problem with them, if you have problem with Drona and Bhishma, then you kill. Why you are asking me to kill? I have no problem with them. You see, this is next verse he will say. He said, oh, let us see the fourth verse first. Arjuna said, oh, killer of enemies, oh, killer of Madhu. You are not, you are not known as grandfather killer. You are not guru killer. You are the killer of enemies. So you killed those demons who were your enemies. But did you ever kill your guru? Did you ever kill your grandfather? So how can I counterattack with the arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship? And then he gives this argument, it would be better to live in the world by begging than to live at the cost of life of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. So I will not kill them. Predominantly why? Because Arjuna was never considering them to be their enemies. But here Krishna is saying, you may consider or not, but they are my enemies. Why they are my enemies? Because they are the impediment to establishing the religion of Dharma. They are on the side of the Kauravas. So whoever is on the side of a religion, he has to be killed. So Krishna is convincing Arjuna, and he is now assuring in the next verse that don't think that if you don't kill them, they will not be killed. So he's saying, Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Dedratam cha Karnam Tathanyam Apiyodha Viran Maya Hatam Swam Jahime Vyavasthita Yuddha Swajita Sirane Sapatnan Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratam cha Karnam Tathanyamapi Yodha Viran Maya Hatam Swam Jahime Vyavasthita Yuddha Swajita Sirane Sapatnam. Recite. Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratam cha Karnam Tathanam. Come here. Maya Hatam Swam Jahime Vyasthita Yuddha Svajeta Sirane Sapat. Very good. Good attempt. See, such as the most youngest person, youngest member of our assembly. But others are having image problem. Arey, what is that to have image? You have so much fear that you don't want to speak. If you will recite 2, 3 times, the fear will be over and you'll be able to recite. Recite. Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratam cha Karnam Tathan Maya Hatam Swam Jahime Vetishta Yuddha Svajeta Sirane Sapadna. Okay. So Krishna is again assuring Arjuna that Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha and Karna and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Although Arjuna has graphically seen them. First he saw them, they are all entering and they are getting crushed as powder by the teeth. And then what he saw, that from the flaming fire coming out from the mouth, they are all being killed. Nothing is being spared. And then now he is personally saying that all of them have already been killed or destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in the battle. So much so forth, Krishna is again and again assuring Arjuna. And again, Krishna is telling that they are your enemies. Whether you consider them your enemy or not, but they remain your enemy. Every plan is made by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is so kind and merciful to his devotees that he wants to give the credit to his devotee who carry out his plan according to his desires. Life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness and understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of spiritual master. So this is the practical aspect. So how it is possible to execute the plan of Krishna through a transparent wine medium? Someone who is connected to Krishna and one who represents Krishna and whom we can also connect. That is the spiritual master, the bona fide authorized representative of Krishna. The plans of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are understood by his mercy, and the plans of the devotees are as good as his plans. Very important. Not every devotee. Those devotees who are connected to him, those who are mature, those who are authorized, parampara, devotees or leaders. Not that, my friend is also a devotee and I am also a devotee. So I will tell my friend what to do and he will tell me what to do. And both of us will go in restaurant and die. This is the plan of Krishna. We are following the plan of Krishna. And not the immature kind of. Yeah. Whom they have to consult? Someone who is in the spiritual rank. He is a spiritual master or he has at least been authorized by the spiritual master. Like if you are studying here in IARI, if you say, what is the need of going to the IARI? I can study anywhere. I can pick up the books from anywhere. And I will write exam and I will become scientist. Will it happen? It will never happen. So why you have to come to the institution? Because the institution is accredited by government of India. It has a full structure. And what we have to do? We have to follow that structure. If we don't follow and we whimsically act, then we cannot become a scientist. So similarly, the plan of the Supreme Lord is revealed through his representatives. So representatives are there. And if we connect to the representative and consult with the representative, we can have the plan of the Lord executed in life. The purpose and the mission of human life can be success. And we will live happily in this life also. And in the next life, we will return home back to Godhead. One should follow such plans and be victorious in the struggle for existence. So this is the recommendation of Krishna. This is the recommendation. So how much we are agreeing to accept the recommendation? This is the principal point. And it requires lots and lot of mercy for the person to be able to accept Krishna as the authority. In our case, mostly our authority is our mind, Mr. Mind. Whatever Mr. Mind directs or dictates, we just follow. And where will the mind make us end up? In suffering conditions, in difficult conditions. Okay, we'll take one more verse, Sanjay Uvacha, and then there is a very beautiful section in this 11th chapter, that is Arjuna's prayers. So we will look at that the next time. So I'll take the verse from Sanjay. So what Sanjay says, Sanjay Uvacha एतत् श्रुत्वा वचनं केशवस्य कृताञ्जलिर्वेपमाना किरीटी नमस्कृत्वा भूय एव कृष्णं सा गद्गदं भीता प्रणम्य संजय उवाच एतत् श्रुत्वा वचनं केशवस्य कृताञ्जलिर्वेपमाना किरीटी नमस्कृत्वा भूय एव कृष्णं सा गद्गदं भीता प्रणम्य संजय उवाच एतत् श्रुत्वा एतत् श्रुत्वा वचनं केशवस्य कृताञ्जलिर्वेपमाना किरीटी नमस्कृत्वा भूय एव कृष्णं सा गद्गदं भीता प्रणम्य संजय उवाच एतत् श्रुत्वा वचनं केशवस्य कृताञ्जलिर्वेपमाना किरीटी नमस्कृत्वा भूय एव कृष्णं सा गद्गदं भीता प्रणम्य. So you see, Arjun was very fearful when he saw the universal form. Arjun became even more fearful when he saw the Kal Rupa. And Arjuna has become even more fearful when he is hearing from Krishna that all of them on the both sides will be slain. So, Eta Shrutva, Vachanam Keshavasya. After hearing this, words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kritanjali. Kritanjali means that to fold his hands, offering his obeisances with folded hands. And Vipamana is, with fear his entire body is shaking or trembling. Kiriti. Kiriti is Arjuna, and Kiriti is also the helmet, the crown. Kiritinam. All is what? Everything is shaking. How? Because of fear. So much fear Arjuna is having. And he is so much frightened that again and again he is offering his obeisances. He is saying, Namaskritva bhuya. Bhuya means again. Again and again he is offering his obeisances. Evaha Krishna, unto Krishna. And sa gadgadam. Gadgadam means that he is not able to speak. His voice is getting choked or it is faltering. Why? Because of bhita bhitaha. Uh, the fear which has appeared in his heart. And pranamaya. Pranamya. Pranamya is offering obeisances. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing this word, when Krishna is speaking and Arjuna is hearing, Dhritarashtra is also hearing. Isn't it? Dhritarashtra is also hearing that Dronam, Bhishmam, Jayadratam, Chakarnam, Tathanyam, Yodha, Viran. Everything I have already killed them. And Arjuna previously said they are all entering the fire mouth of yours, and they are all getting burned, they are all getting consumed. So Dhritarashtra is not hearing. He is hearing. But there is no effect. Why there is no effect? Because he thinks that Krishna is not the Supreme Lord. Although he knows Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But still, he has his own plan. What is his plan? His plan is that I may remain the king. So, Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hand again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in faltering voice as follows. That we will see in the next session, that what Arjuna spoke. So Prabhupada says, as we have already explained, because of the situation created by the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna became bewildered in wonder. Thus he began to offer his respectful obeisances to Krishna again and again. Because Arjuna is so terrified that Arjuna never expected Krishna to be such fearful. Krishna to be in such a supreme position where he can kill and consume whomever he likes. He began to pray not as a friend. Haribol. Give the book. Not as a friend, but as a devotee in wonder. So we said, तुम सुन तो रही हो ना? नहीं तो तुम्हें सुनने कहाँ देगी वो? So Arjuna's friendship has been covered by what? By the reverence. Now he's frightened. But we see that Lord Narsimdev also displayed such ferocious form. But Prahlad, the relationship never changed. Prahlad was very confident, very comfortable. Everyone else was frightened. What to speak of the demoniac being frightened? Even the demigods were frightened. But Prahlad was still, he was cool and calm. He was not frightened. So if we execute Krishna's plan, if we agree to be under Krishna's protection, then nothing in this world can create fear in our heart. And whatever may come and whatever may go, it will not influence us. But for that, we have to accept Krishna's plan. So how to accept Krishna's plan? We become Krishna conscious. By knowing our position and knowing Krishna's position. And then trying to revive the relationship we have. I will take the 4th chapter tomorrow. You have circulated? No, Dayashri. Every Sunday I give class 5:30. But I don't know why you people don't watch. Very few people watch. Even from Tashkent people, students, they're all interested in Maya's plan. This is the problem. They're only interested in the false illusionary plan, where they are imagining that they can enjoy. Because if he hears continuously, then there will be some awakening. Otherwise, this awakening is very difficult. This awakening is required. And the most forceful process of awakening is hearing. When we are sleeping in slumber, how do you wake up every day? How do you wake up? Alarm. If there is no alarm, then there is no wake up. Yes or no? So the alarm is what? Sound. When the spiritual sound enters our heart, then there is awakening. And the most effective way of entering the spiritual sound is through hearing and chant. Ramya chanted 108 rounds yesterday. 108 rounds is how many hours? Ramya, how many hours? How many hours you chanted? More than 12 hours. If we tell you to chant for 1 hour, it will become such a big headache. Why? Because there is no connection. Many years back, I was hospitalized. I had some infection. I was in AIMS. And besides my bed, there was another bed. There was a young girl one. And he also had some very severe infection. And one of his leg was amputated. And she was crying, crying, crying. And not cry. Of course, the child will cry. Because she has been paralyzed for her entire life. And I was observing. The mother and father, they were standing on both sides of the bed. Entire night. They also had no sleep. How? Because they could not tolerate the suffering of their daughter. Others were sleeping. They were feeling because of them, these people crying, they cannot sleep. But for them, there was no sleep because this was such a big uh, imposition of suffering in their life. So unless and until we feel connection with Krishna, how can we follow? And how can we feel the connection of Krishna if we don't follow? So where we begin? We begin by gradually following. Hear, chant. And you see now, you show me one result in the world where there is any success. Give me one example. Show me. Ultimately, what has happened? Everyone has been, surrendered to death. They have been, as Krishna is saying, Kalo Asmi. Has anyone been able to conquer death? Has anyone been able to conquer old age, disease, birth, suffering? Nothing. So why we want to get the same treatment again and again, life after life? When there is a solution to overcome it, why not accept it? So you should think, you should open your, faculty of questioning or reasoning. But until that opens up, progress is not possible. You've seen an animal in the slaughterhouse? Prabhupada always gives the example. If you see the animal in the slaughterhouse, he is seeing that the elder animal is being slaughtered. But if you put fodder in front of him, he is busy eating. He will not try to escape from there. He will never try to escape from there. What he will be busy in, he will be busy in eating. And his number is already there. So in this world, we are all in the same slaughterhouse where the time is going to consume us. So before our time comes, we win over time by becoming Krishna conscious. So these are some very thought-provoking ideas that Krishna is giving here to Arjuna. He has already transformed Arjuna. Arjuna had so many of his own personal ideas and plans. But now he is agreeing. We will see he will agree. He will agree to Krishna's plan rather than trying to pursue his own plan. So that is success. Krishna's plan means there is only a victory. There is only success. There is no question of any failure. Hare Krishna. Now there is time for questions. Yes, what is your question? What is the 12th chapter? 12th chapter is devotional service. After this chapter is the 12th chapter. Srimad Bhagavatam, see, on the battlefield, Krishna gave this 700 verses. This is Bhagavad Gita. And its explanation and expansion is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is what you have this, your school is organizing on 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Na? So you focus on that. You start studying. You will come first. Don't worry. You have all the opportunity to come first. 1 to 14, 20th chapter. It is possible. Only 20th chapter? Oh, 12th chapter. 12th chapter has 20 verses in all. What is your age? 10 years? 8. You know Riyanshi? You know Riyanshi, na? You know Riyanshi. Yeah. Riyanshi has memorized the entire 15 chapters. She recited many times. It is also having 20 verses. And you ask any verse, she can explain. What you have to do, you have to start practicing. From today, you first recite the first verse. Okay. And then there is explanation. Every word, Sanskrit, Hindi meaning, English meaning is written. So read that. Like I explained, so you get an understanding. And where you have difficulty, you ask me. You take my number, I'll tell you what time to call. And wherever verse you have any difficulty, I will personally explain it. Is that okay? You will study sincerely. Huh? My request is, you still have holidays. Na? Your school is still not open. Then is the most opportunity. You utilize this opportunity. Okay. On 31st. Oh, you have too much time. You have how many days in this month? 3, 4 days. Full 1 month is there. So you try to memorize 1 day, 1 verse. And keep 1 week last for revision. Okay. Don't think I have 30 days and I will start after 15 days. Don't do that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Who else has a question? You have a question? You are asking a question? Yes. What is your question? Demigod also? So of course, Brahma even suffers death. His lifespan is very, very elongated. Everyone, whoever is in this material creation, he is subject to 4 things: birth, death, old age, and disease. No one is spared. Material world means suffering. And how the suffering is coming? Through these 4 things. Does science have any solution to this? Does any doctor have any solution to this? Any scientist? No one. No one has any solution to it. But there is a spiritual solution. Because birth, death, and old age can only affect on the bodily platform. It is not there on the spiritual platform. If you uplift to come to the spiritual platform, then this problem does not exist. The many saintly persons who even at the last moment of passing away, they were not affected by the bodily changes. That is true. Prabhupada gives the example. We have seen in our life personally also that when the devotees leave their body and when the non-devotees leave their body, there is gulf of difference, sea of difference. Prabhupada says, like a cat holds the kitten also in the mouth. When the kitten is in the mouth of cat, what is the kitten in any fear? He is free from fear because he knows that my mother is holding me. And in the same mouth, if the rat enters, he will only die out of fear. Even if the cat does not bite him. The devotees are not fearful of death. But provided you are a devotee. Devotee means fully dedicated to the plan of Krishna. Then there is no death. Okay, there's no further question or discussion. Mhm. So we will have this section of Arjuna's prayers on the next session. Online viewers, you have any question? Anyone, if anyone has any question, please ask. Actually, questions does not arise in our heart. This is the problem. Okay, thank you very much.